What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching today, baby. All right, guys, it's time for the Wednesday live stream. We're on here usually for 1, 2, 3 hours, whatever it ends up being. To my mods, please let me know if anything is glitchy. I'm worried that my internet connection is not working well today, so if something is wrong, please let me know. And I'm going to play a song for a few minutes and let a few more people roll in here, and I'll be back in just a few minutes, guys. Bruh. Alright, guys, is it still glitchy with me not playing the music? Let me know. I might have to reboot this baby. I sound like a goblin. Good old internet, good old internet. You might have to reboot. Let me know, guys, is it still messed up right now, even without the music? Let me know, let me know. We can skip that if I need to. I'm worried that it is. Yeah, still glitchy. Damn it! Let me just check my internet connection to make sure I'm connected to something real quick. Hold on, guys. Check your mic. Doot doot. Doot doot doot. Let me check and make sure I'm connected to the right internet. Let me see here. Can unplug your mic. I don't think it's the mic. I think it's my internet. No, Wi-Fi's off. Shoot, guys. I think I'm gonna have to glitching internet. All right, try that. Anybody? Can you hear me now? I think I'm gonna have to reboot this puppy. Is that good? Sorry, guys. You can hear me? You're good? Does it sound like ass crack? Much better? Wow, all right. Well, I guess I'm not going to be able to hear any feedback here today. Let me see. Let me try this real quick. See if this works. I can't hear anything. All right, so I'm not going to be able to use any sound effects today, so we're just going to have to roll with it as it is. So how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? It's really weird not hearing anything. I'm sitting here in silence. So let me ask. I'm gonna do. Let's see. I'm gonna do a quick sound effect and tell me if you guys can hear it. Let's see. That's my fight, punk. Did you guys hear that? Thanks for that information, Kimmy, about the settings. Speaker. Let's see if that helps. I'm just messing with the settings here, guys. Sorry about that.
If you see
There we go.
what the Rock is cooking.
All right, I think we got it going here. Sound good now? Okay. Let's see here. So when I plug the headphones in, Kimmy, I can hear like the music that's playing, and I hear all the sound effects that I do. So now it's all just coming from the computer speaker. So I don't know where the audio is coming from. I'm assuming it's on the smartphone that I'm using. But it feels weird not talking into the mic, so I guess I don't even need this right now. So it must be I think Kimmy was right. It must be something with the microphone. So, how y'all doing out there? How y'all doing? Please smash the like as you're stopping on the way in here. I've closed almost all my screens trying to get this figured out, and I need to pull some back up. I'm trying to think if I can just go through the comments as they're here. How's that going to work? All right, so I'm a little thrown off today with all this stuff that's going on, so be patient with me, guys. Here's the disclaimer, which states that I am not a doctor and nothing on this channel is medical advice. So if you are struggling with addiction, my friend, please seek out your own medical professional. And remember that everything on this channel is for entertainment purposes only, and for me to share my experience with you and for you to share your experience with others. So keep that in mind as we talk about this stuff today. And please be share with us your updates, goals, setbacks, etc. We want to support you on your path to freedom. So guys, if you have an update of your own, if things are changing in your life for the positive or for the negative, let us know. Let us know how you guys are doing so we can keep up with y'all. And I am so thrown off that this seems extremely unnatural to me right now. Let's see. So give me just a moment here. What do I do here? Okay, so all right. See if that pulls up. So I'm kind of going through the comments from a little bit earlier, and it feels so weird not hearing this stuff in my ear. So let's see here. So Liz earlier had said, I was going to do the shot today, but never heard back from 2 people I emailed to hopefully get some support, so I didn't do it. Why are you emailing people about that, Liz? Why are you not calling people? And if you're referring to me, I don't do emails. I don't do emails. So if you guys need to get a hold of me, there is a link to my clarity.fm. It is in the link to all of the videos that I do. You guys, if you need to make a quick 5-minute phone call with me to ask me about something, you can do it. You just have to book the right day and time that works for you. You guys can easily reach out to me anytime you need to. I take calls 7 days a week. So yeah, did you not come up with a good plan for with your doctor, Liz, or what? I don't understand that part. If you have a quick question on the live stream, Liz, about the Supplicate Shop, feel free to shoot it, because I try to respond to everybody's comments here on the live streams. If you don't want to do a call, that's okay. But if you're referring to me on emails, I don't do emails. I have too much stuff going on right now to do emails. So KG Smith, what's up, girl? Good to see you. She says, hey guys, I'm at work, super busy. I just wanted to say hello in case I can't attend. Shout out to you, KG. Good to see you stopping in here. She sounds like she'll probably be ghost listening today. Also, speaking of KG, I need to throw up the sponsors of the week, and they will be scrolling for the entirety of the show. So, as you see them right there, the sponsors of the week, KG Smith was the sponsor of last week with a $40 Cash App donation, baby. So shout out to KG. Also, Kimmy B hooked it up with a $30 Cash App donation. Mikey with a $22 Super Chat. And Marky with a $5 Cash App. Also, I had missed on the live stream that I did for Luke. when I was bawling like a little baby. I missed a $5 super chat from Sonny S, and he had mentioned on that super chat that he was 3 years off of Suboxone. So shout out to you, Sonny. I'm sorry that I missed your comment and many other great comments on that video. On that video I did for Luke, I wasn't really going through the comments much. So I was going through videos of the past. So shout out to you, Sonny S. I appreciate that, my friend. And sorry I missed your live chat that day. So let me see here. Also, guys, if you value this channel and you would like to show your support, you can do so at the Venmo or the Cash App links that are on the screen now. I appreciate everybody who has done so in the past, showing love to the channel. You all know that YouTube does not monetize this content, so I will never make a penny from this video at all. So shout out to y'all who have showed the love in the past. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let's see here. Where are the comments at? Everything seems so different today. All right, back to the comments. I want to try to get this other screen up so I can see the live comments, but I don't know why my internet is being so janky today. I kind of wonder if I can try my external mic again. I don't know if I should do that or not. Let's see. So, pull this up. Come on, baby, pop up. I'm trying to get the live chat going here. There's a couple comments also that I noticed after the Luke live stream that I wanted to touch on. So I'm not sure how to do this with my computer being all weird right now. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me, please. I'm sorry. So all right. This should work. There we go. All right. Give me a minute, guys. I'm gonna pull up the live comments. All right, we're smoothing out here. We're smoothing out. Looks like my man Timothy Ward is live streaming right now as well. Good shout out to him. Love his channel. All right, so live comments are pulling up now, so I'll be bouncing back and forth per usual. I see some comments from Danny, Tara, Kimmy. Thank you, Kimmy, for posting a link to my Clarity. Like I said, guys, if any of you need to have a private conversation with me, whether it's 5 minutes or an hour or 2 hours, whatever you need, you guys can book that right there at theclarity.fm. And I am available 7 days a week for a quick or a long phone call, whatever you guys need. So scrolling through the comments here, I'm going to try to go in order, but I'll try to also get the current comments as well. What's up, Jerry? Jerry says, hey, y'all. Good to see you, Jerry. Good to see you, my friend. Danny says, hey, people. So Kimmy says, I had a panic attack today, so I'm chilling at my mom's right now. What the heck? What happened, Kimmy? Hopefully you're feeling better now. I'm sorry you're struggling, girl. So Tara is in the house. She says, hey, everyone. Let's see here. Your audio is glitching out. So these were obviously comments from this first part of the stream, guys, but hopefully we're good now with all that. Sound like a goblin. Harsh on the ears. Let's see here. You're gonna have to change your audio. Yes. So Kimmy figured it out for me. She's always good with the tech support, the instant tech support. Are your earbuds connected, dude? I wonder if that was what the problem was. Let me think. That could have been. It could have been something with that. So I see Danny's talking about some tapering comments. So I'll get to that in just a moment, Danny. But looks like Kimmy's been talking to you about that. Mikey, what's up, brother? I seen some kind of confusing comments from you, Mikey. You were talking about you're getting back on Subutex, or you're not, or I didn't really understand what your comments meant, dude. If you wanted to clarify that, let us know what your update is, Mikey. And I think you missed it a little bit earlier. I shouted you out for last week's super chat, so thank you, Mikey. I appreciate the support, my man. And I seen your Bears got that nice win recently. That was good to see. I was watching that game. All right, scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. So yeah, Kimmy, when I have the headphones in or the earphones, you can hear what you guys are hearing. So if like I'm screaming or like sputtering or if my voice is too low, like I can tell what's going on through the earphones. And when the side effects, or I keep saying side effects, but the sound effects, when I make them go off, sometimes I want to make them loud and sometimes I want to make them quieter. So it's just like you hear everything that's going on through the live stream. Or like if I'm sniffling in your ear and I don't realize it, I'll realize it with the headphones in. You hear all the background noises and stuff like that. I always wondered why content creators would be having headphones on, and it made sense after I figured it all out. So, Kimmy, I'm happy to see this update from you. You are brave to open up about this. Oh, Kimmy had an update. So she says, so my update is I started a new mental health med today. I'm scared and I've been having panic attacks. And I'm also afraid people will be disappointed in me. You're afraid who will be disappointed in you, Kimmy? What medication is it? Let us know. Let us know. Is that why you had the panic attack? Or you're on a new medication because you've been having panic attacks? Kimmy says, oh, so that's why I never realized how loud my gum chewing is when I live stream. Yes, exactly. Yeah, so if you have something that you watch on the replay and you're like, ugh, that's what having headphones will help you avoid, is doing things like to retrain your brain not to do those things, because you're going to hear them on the live stream every time you do it. So yeah, if you're chewing gum loud or something, if you're doing something that's annoying to you, for me it was always the sniffles. I would be sniffing and it seriously ruined a few good live streams that I had. Like when I had Dr. Ken Starr on, I kept sniffing and I didn't realize it at the time, but damn, it was annoying to watch on the replay. So it kind of helps you train, things out of you, and it helps you notice things that you obviously wouldn't notice until you're watching on a replay, and it's too late at that point. So Kimmy posted a link to my Clarity. If anyone needs to have that private call, reach out to me through there, guys. Like I said, it's easy to set that up, and you can reach out to me anytime you need to. I feel weak, but I have to do what I need to do. Yeah, I applaud that. It's like, deep down if you need help with other things in your life, and that's exactly what you're doing. You're seeking the help that you feel that you need, and so you're not just sitting on standby suffering. If things aren't working for you guys in your life, then switch things up. Just like Tara recently. She recently started doing the ketamine treatment, and I've seen on one of her recent videos that she said it's really helping her. And it's not like a miracle, overnight cure to where you're a brand new person, but it's all about that slow progression in the right direction, right, guys? If something you try, a new medication, if your life starts to get better, then that's awesome, right? It really, and this kind of winds back to the Suboxone topic that we always talk about on this channel. For many people, Suboxone has kind of wore out its welcome, and they've been sober from the hard drugs for 5 or 10 years, and they're just ready to move on from Suboxone, right? And other people out there, Suboxone is their godsend. It just saved their life. It recently got them off of street drugs, right? So it's just different for every person. So that's why I want us all to support each other with where we're at in our recovery. And it doesn't just have to everything revolve around Suboxone or opiate addiction, but it can revolve around whatever else you have going on in your life, right? So Tara says, Kimmy, what types of things do you do for yourself to work through panic attacks? Is there anything we can do to support you right now? Yeah, panic attacks are really scary. I've only had probably maybe 5 in my whole life, but damn, it's like really scary when that shit happens. When you can't breathe and you're about to pass out and you don't know how to fix that or stop that, it's really freaking scary. She said, I come to my mom's, Tara. I couldn't sit home alone. Yeah, last time I had a panic attack was when I thought somebody had stole Izzy, or I lost her somewhere. I don't know if you guys remember me talking about that, but I could not breathe. I was literally about to pass out. And ran downstairs and she was in my garage. And I was literally trying to call my mom at that time because I was freaking out. I literally could not breathe. My heart was going, it must have been going over 200 beats a minute. I was freaking the F out. Really scary shit. Danny says, I am changing MAT doctors and decided to go to an outpatient rehab program to manage pause. They recommended transition from subs to naltrexone. I'd rather use Sublocade. Yes, I agree with you on that, Danny. And if I was you, I would be in the same boat. I would definitely rather take Sublocade than naltrexone, especially if you're on Suboxone right now. That would be a much smoother transition, in my opinion. He says, any advice on this matter? Yeah, I would definitely say go the Sublocade route for sure, because naltrexone is going to be a much different medication than your body is used to. So that can create some issues, right? And Sublocade is just basically taking your Suboxone experience and making it extremely smooth and steady. That's basically what Sublocade does if you're coming from Suboxone to Sublocade. And that reminds me, I want to touch on a question, a really good question that Kimmy had mentioned. She said, I hope that I saw the comment. This was on the live stream that I did for Luke. And I was not doing all the comments that day. So I just barely saw this comment today. So this was to or from a person called AB. So this person had a question on my live stream with Luke and I never saw it. So I took a screenshot and I'm responding to that now. And it's kind of on the Sublocade topic that we're on right now. So AB had asked, question, today is my 16th day on 300 milligrams of Sublocade. Am I the only one sometimes I feel like taking subs? So meaning they're wanting to feel their Suboxone kick in, right? And I feel like the Sublocade sometimes doesn't kick in, question mark. What do you guys do in this situation? So kind of a couple part question, right? So AB, this is my response to you. Hopefully you see this on the replay. Or if you're somehow in here now, let me know. That would be awesome. So guys, the entire point to getting on Sublocade is to not feel it kick in anymore. You're not supposed to feel Sublocade kick in. That's a major reason why people even get on Sublocade, because they don't want to feel the highs and the lows, right? They want to just feel normal, 24/7 stable. Now it's important to know, guys, that your first month of Sublocade is the hardest month, okay? So some people will have complications in their first month on their Sublocade treatment. And trust me, it gets a lot smoother once you get to your second month, as long as you haven't been supplementing Suboxone, right? The sooner you can stop taking oral Suboxone, the smoother your Sublocade journey will go, right? So yes, that's what I want to talk about. You're supposed to feel normal. You're not ever supposed to feel your Sublocade kick in and fall off like Suboxone does due to the really long half-life. The only time you'll ever possibly feel Sublocade quote unquote kick in or notice it is like your first day or two after you took the shot. Then your body will adjust to the constant steady dose, right? So yeah, don't freak yourself out, guys, if you recently switched to Sublocade and you're not feeling it kick in every day like you did when you took your Suboxone under your tongue. You're not supposed to feel it. You're just supposed to just be normal and steady all day. You're supposed to feel quote unquote normal. No highs, no lows. Let's see, what do you guys do in this situation? So absolutely nothing is the answer. Do not, if you supplement, then you're still telling your brain that you have to rely on putting something under your tongue to feel normal every day, right? So if you can maintain your first month without orally dosing anything, that's going to put you miles ahead when it comes to your second and third month, right? So I saw that question and I really wanted to touch on that. I thought I made that clear with many of the Sublocade videos that I've done, but I realized that not everybody has seen all the Sublocade videos that I've done in the past, right? So I wanted to really touch on that. So going back to Danny's point here, I would definitely, if you're switching doctors, find a doctor that supports you doing Sublocade. And first things first, make sure you talk to your insurance and make sure that they're going to cover that, because from what I think about it, and I'm not a millionaire, obviously, unless you're really, really rich, I would definitely not go the Sublocade route, guys. unless you're either really rich or you have a good insurance that's going to cover most, if not all, of the Sublocade shot, right? Because it's very freaking expensive. It's way overpriced. It's not worth paying $2,000 a month to get that shot, unless unless you're rich, right? So I just wanted to say that, guys, and I try to keep clarifying that. I definitely do not think that anybody should be out there retail paying $2,000 a month for a Sublocade shot. That is a horrible ripoff for anybody. So Danny says, any advice on this matter? Oh, wait. So wait, that changes everything then, Danny. I guess I wish I would have read that comment. So guys, if you're tapered down to a 0.5 milligram of Suboxone, then I would say skip Sublocade. You're so far down there, unless you know that you can't taper yourself off. I would just say keep tapering, right? Keep tapering. I definitely would not go the Sublocade route unless you know that you can't taper yourself off of Suboxone. So yeah, if you're down to a 0.5 milligram of sub, dude, you're close. Just be patient with yourself from here. And we just got a sponsor bomb. Who was it? You guys probably heard that. Let's see here. Hold on a sec, guys. And it was from Kimmy B. Baby. Ooh, baby. I'm going to try to fire up the sponsor jet for Kimmy B with a $40 Cash App. First sponsor bomb of the day. Shout out to Kimmy B. I appreciate the love and consistency you've shown to this channel. Let's go ahead and fire up the jets for Kimmy B. I hear it. Oh! Kimmy B dropping sponsor bombs on the channel as always. Guys, if you didn't know, Kimmy B has her own YouTube channel. And Tara, if you could do me a big favor and post a link to Kimmy's channel, I would appreciate it. You can simply find it, guys, by going to the YouTube search bar, typing in Kimmy's Playhouse. It will pull right up and you'll see me on her stream often as well. And a lot of the same group from this channel have migrated to her channel as well. So side note, Kimmy, I was actually ghost listening to your stream. I was working last night, so I was in there listening to you, but I was working, doing my Uber drives. Let's see here. So Kimmy says, so that's how you find Kimmy's channel, guys. Just type it in right there. It says Kimmy's Playhouse. So we've gone for 33 minutes, guys, on the video. We only have 5 likes. If you guys could please smash that like button, it'll let other people know we're in here chatting and hanging out. I'd appreciate y'all if you could do that. You would be my baby. So Danny says, from 2 milligrams, I've been tapering for about 18 months down to 0.5 milligram, and I can't deal with the symptoms below that. Well, I mean, it really should be wash, rinse, and repeat, Danny, with your taper. If you've been able to taper from 2 milligrams to 0.5 milligram, really the only thing that should really change is the amount of time that it takes to get used to the next dose or stabilize on the next dose, right? If you can taper from 2 to 1.5, you can taper from 0.5 to 0.45 or 0.4 or whatever the next. You got to really learn how to cut your doses up very creatively. Many people have to get very creative. Are you taking your dose all at once, or are you splitting up throughout the day, Danny? If you could let me know. He says insurance doesn't cover. Yeah, dude, Danny, I would say Sublocade is a no-go for you, my friend. If your insurance doesn't cover Sublocade and you're down to 0.5 milligram of Suboxone, I wouldn't even bother with trying to even seek out Sublocade. So Danny says, I'm bouncing back and forth in the comments, guys. Danny says, the big reason I would like to get off subs is I already lost 5 teeth and at the moment putting in implants worth 17 grand. Holy shit. So I can't afford Sublocade and works. You can't afford Sublocade and works. What do you mean? Sublocade and works? Yeah, dude, you're at such a low dose that it wouldn't really make sense for you to get on Sublocade, in my opinion. I would say the one caveat, I guess, to that is if your insurance was paying for all of it and you had a doctor that was really willing to go off label with it, And what that means is he would probably order the 100 milligram shot and he would give you half of that to start you off with. You would need a really low dose since you're down to a half of a milligram. Otherwise, it's going to be too strong for what your dosage is used to. So yeah, I realize one thing to think about though, Danny, is that now that you're on a really low dose, that should really slow down the negative effects of the Suboxone on your teeth. And that's just that much more motivation for you to be able to taper lower. You know, why not taper yourself down to 0.4 milligrams or 0.45 milligrams and stay there for a couple weeks? Because the lower the dose that you're on, like I said just a minute ago, it's going to have that much less of an effect on your teeth. Just a couple quick tips is, or a quick tip is to just make sure that you rinse your mouth out about 10 to 15 minutes after you've taken your Suboxone dose. So you don't want that stuff just sitting in there on your teeth. So Danny says split doses, 0.25 milligrams at wake and 0.25 milligrams at bedtime. So yeah, I would definitely find a way to lower those 0.25 doses down to, 0.2 milligrams or 0.125 if you can chop those in half, something like that. And in my experience, it's easier to take the lower dose in the morning, right? Because you want to be sure that you get enough sleep to fight the next day. So if I was in your shoes, Danny, and I was able to, I would take those 0.25 milligrams and find a way to make them smaller, and then take the smaller dose in the morning and make sure you have that 0.25 before bed so you can get a full night's rest. I always found that it was easier to lower my dose in the morning time rather than the nighttime and risk dealing with RLS or insomnia or sweating in your sleep. That's also something that could happen. But yeah, you're at such a low dose, dude. I really do think it would kind of be a step backwards for you to go on Sublocade, even if it was free. Even if it was free. Kimmy, that is wonderful. Your mom is so close to you. I'm happy to hear you're in good company. Yeah, that's awesome that she has her mom available as a resource. Mikey's in the house. What's up, Mikey? Good to see you, brother. That's why I never realized how loud my gum chewing is. Yep, that's exactly why. So Mikey said, yes, he won't RX the Subutex. So he won't give you a prescription for Subutex, but he wants you to do physical therapy and continue Soma and muscle relaxer. Yeah, that's really interesting. So he wants you to try to stay away from the any type of opiates, it sounds like. Are the Somas and muscle relaxers doing enough to get you out of pain? It sounds like he's wanting to kind of get you to treat the source of the pain rather than masking it with Subutex is kind of what it sounds like he's going for. But I don't want to speak on your everything that you got going on, Mikey, because I know you kind of have a lot of different things going on with your recovery and your chronic pain issues. Mikey, have you ever tried Kratom for your chronic pain? I don't know if I've asked you that before. So Mikey says, I really want Subutex again or something, but he denied it. Did he say why he denied it? Oh shit, Gonzo's back up in the house. Good to see you back in here, Gonzo. How you been doing, man? How's your cravings been? I know that you were talking about how you have cravings all the time. I was just reading, re-going through your comments on one of the last videos I did. Tara says, I think it's awesome that you're so self-aware. I'm holding hope for you that you get through this taper stronger than before. So Kimmy says it's a Lamictal A-A mood stabilizer. Hopefully I said that right. I think I had the panic attack because I'm scared of being on a med and I'm worried about the side effects. Also, I know I'll be judged. I don't see anybody from our community judging you for anything like that, Kimmy. If that's what you're talking about, I'm not sure if that's what you mean. I don't even know what the heck that is, so I don't see how any of us could even judge you when we don't even know what that is, more than likely. What was I just going to say? I just had something I was going to say. the hell was I gonna say? Whoa, 17 people. See, you guys must have smashed that like button. Oh, just kidding. We're only at 7 likes. So guys, please smash the like as you're hopping in here. It will let others know that we're in here chatting and hanging out. What the heck was I just gonna say to you, Kimmy? Ugh. How often do you have panic attacks, Kimmy? Healthy people don't judge other people for doing what it takes to improve their lives. If people are judging you, what does it say about them? Yes, absolutely. So Jerry says, Kevin, I'm a month behind you on the shot. Shot quit date. Are you getting days of low energy and off and on crappy feeling? Yes, 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 yes. And my sleep has been shit, guys. Shitty ass sleep. Yeah, my sleep has been really crappy lately. I'm not gonna lie. I've been literally waking up at 4:30, unable to fall back asleep, and I've been going out driving for Uber at 4:30 in the morning because I just can't sleep. So yeah, just a heads up. I thought about getting another Sublocade shot. I might. I know this is where people are going to say, don't do it, just tough it out. But I might go get another Sublocade shot. It's up in the air. I'll let you guys know if I do. It is free for me to get that, by the way. Kimmy says, thanks, Tara. It's not going to stop me from doing what I need to do, but it makes me feel bad. Don't feel bad, Kimmy. You taking care of you, girl. Taking care of you. And if when you switch to that medication, if it doesn't work out, then fuck it, throw it aside and move on, right? It's good that you're trying different things, though. I applaud that. On my way, I took Lamadical. I had my liver enzymes were not normal. 2 panic attacks. It came by itself for me, no triggers. It lasted 3-hour panic attack, Mikey. Holy shit, dude. That's a long one. That's a long one. So Tara says, that makes sense, Kimmy. I definitely feel what you're saying. I haven't told certain people in my recovery circle about ketamine. Same reason as what you're talking about. I want to be more brave. I think you're very brave, Tara, especially for sharing what you're going through on your YouTube channel. I think that anybody that's willing to put this shit out there about what they're going through is extremely brave to do that, especially if it's to try to help other people, right? Where's Marky at? Where's that boy? He's probably sleeping. KG, you still hear Ghost listening? KG, if you hear this, let us know how you and Jeff are doing. I'd like to get your updates every week. If you can give them to us, let us know, girl. Hopefully Jeff's been doing well with his 30 milligrams or less. Tara, I still think about doing my 3rd infusion, but I didn't like it. Last time I had ketamine infusions was like you're floating for 45 to 55 minutes, plus the pulse is crazy as well. My heart rate was 110 in my primary care PCP's office today. I was so nervous. Damn, that's pretty high for just chilling. Ric Flair, woo! Mikey likes the Ric Flair. Woo! Woo, baby! Yeah, does anybody else out there have experience with ketamine? Let us know, because it seems like more people are starting to kind of talk about that. And also, if you do have experience with ketamine, let us know what type of ketamine you took. Did you take the nasal inhaling stuff, or did you take the infusions? I don't even know if there's probably other different kinds of other ways to do it. I don't know a whole lot about it. So Tara posted a link to Kimmy's channel. Shout out to you, Tara, for doing that. Appreciate you, girl. Big reason. Oh, I already read that earlier. So yeah, insurance doesn't cover Sublocade, then I wouldn't even consider it, my friend. I wouldn't even think about it. Yeah, you could talk to them about Brixadi, but I actually called the makers of Brixadi and spoke to them about the price. They are cheaper, but not by a lot. It's going to be kind of a similar situation as with Sublocade. if I would guess to say that likely if your insurance isn't going to cover Sublocade, then they're probably not going to cover Brixadi. But that being said, don't quote me on that. Still, it would be worth calling your insurance and asking them. Also, with Brixadi, there are more doses available to where it can work for a bigger variety of people, right? Where Sublocade is kind of just they only have the 2 doses available. Brixadi has many more doses. So what I was under the false impression, I'll correct myself. I thought that Brixadi was going to be like this cheap ass, everybody can get it for dirt cheap type of thing. But so far, as of my research, as of now, that it's cheaper, but it's not nearly as cheap as I hoped and thought it was going to be. So just a heads up to you guys. I wanted to correct myself on that. And if that changes, I'll let you all know. But for many people out there, if you're obviously a lot of people watching this are people who have or are struggling with opiate addiction, right? And if you're in active addiction, you probably don't have a job, and you can probably get on your state insurance free of charge, and you can probably get your Sublocade shot free of charge, or your Suboxone and your counseling treatments free of charge. So look into it, guys, look into it. Ketamine made me stop smoking immediately with no cravings for cigarettes in that one session. That's freaking cool. That right there makes it worth it, right? Charles, what's up, Charles? Thanks for joining. Says, I've been on Subutex for 10 years. I tapered down to 3/4 a tab a day. So that's, what is that, guys? 6 milligrams? Thinking about Sublocade, or should I keep trying to taper? I split up the tablets. Well, that depends on 2 things for you, Charles. I would say first thing, is your insurance going to pay for Sublocade or Brixadi? Question mark. And the second thing is, do you think you can taper yourself down to a crumb of that per day? If not, then I would say try to get on Sublocade. Or if you think that you can taper yourself, then that's the fastest way to get off, obviously. But yeah, if you've been on it for 10 years, hopefully at this point you're not thinking about relapsing and you're not in any risk of relapse. So it sounds like it's probably a pretty good time for you to find your way off of Bupe. And I love to see when people have that many years of clean time off of street meds, because it lets you know that they're ready to just kind of put this chapter behind them, right? They didn't just have a relapse 2 weeks ago and now they're wanting off Suboxone. Like, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me why people do that. I seen on the replay I was talking about, I seen a comment from Nicole, and she said, if you can't maintain your sobriety on Suboxone, then why would you even think about getting off of it? And that's a great point. That's a great comment that she said. Like, if you're chronically relapsing and you're on Suboxone, then the last thing that you should do, and remember, I'm not a doctor, I don't give medical advice, but the last thing you should do is think about getting off of Suboxone if you keep relapsing, guys, especially in 2023. That reminds me too, speaking of waking up, I got a funny story for you guys about Uber. So as I've been telling you guys, I've been doing rideshare lately, and one of the days I couldn't sleep. I woke up at 4:30, I couldn't fall back asleep. I'm like, I'm gonna go out there and just see what it's like to drive people around really early in the morning. So I did that. I picked up this one chick, and I actually told her about the channel too. Hopefully she finds her way to the channel. That would be awesome. So I picked her up at like 5:30 in the morning, guys, really early, and get the directions, get her in the car. Guess where we roll up to? You guys probably know what I'm going with this. A methadone clinic. And I had been to this methadone clinic before. And so I'm like just thinking back to when I was going there and the feelings that I had when I was in there. This was the first time I ever got to see what a methadone clinic looked like. And it's just literally like a line of people going in at like 5 or 6 in the morning. You could see that they went behind a little window and took their shot of methadone. And so she came out, and I was just thinking, how can I talk to her about this? So I only have about 5 minutes to get her back home. And so she came out, and I said, can I ask you a personal question? She said, sure. She seemed really cool and open about stuff. Um, I said, you're on methadone, right? And she's like, oh, how'd you know that? I was like, oh, I've been here before. And I asked her, I said, is there a reason that you don't try Suboxone or Sublocade? And she's like, they have me on 225 milligrams of methadone, guys. Holy crap. So she's on like the max dose of methadone. And she's like, I'm on such a high dose that I don't even know how one would even ever think about doing that. But I kind of told her like what the process would look like, how she could do that. But god damn, just think about having to go to the methadone clinic every freaking day at 5 or 6 in the morning. That seems crazy to me. That seems like a lot of work. For some people, they need that structure, but for me personally, where I'm at in my life right now, that seems like F no, I'm not getting my ass out of bed every morning to go take that shot, right? I know for some people and where they're at in their recovery, they need that. But yeah, I just think that's kind of overkill for me. For me, I should say for me, right? But where was I going with the story? I just thought it was really interesting that I was out driving for Uber that early and I drove somebody to a methadone clinic. But she had just had a baby. I think she said like 4 or 8 weeks ago or something like that. Sometime recently, she just had a baby. And her boyfriend was in jail, she said. And um, what else? Where was I going with this? Oh, she told me, she's like, I said, yeah, I just had a friend recently die from fentanyl, talking about Luke. And she said the fake 30s are everywhere out here. And I guess she recently got in trouble for selling those fake 30s. She says she got busted with 300 fake fentanyl 30s, guys. So she's got like a federal court case hanging over her head. And it's like, dang, now she has a newborn baby and she's got her boyfriend's in jail. I'm just like, holy crap, dude, this stuff is just ruining people's lives. These street drugs these days. I told her what Luke was taking. He told us that he was taking like a white chunk, and she's like, I haven't heard of anything like that. So it seems like the fentanyl, I've heard Florida men say that it always comes in capsules and it's just powder in capsules. So it seems like it's different for everybody. She says it's the fake blue 30s. They're everywhere, she said. Um, Florida man said it's capsules with powder in them. And Luke said it's a white solid chunk. So it's just like this, the fentanyl is just in everything basically, guys. So please get help if you're out there struggling with street drugs in 2023. You need help. You can't do this shit alone, guys. Rock Girl Media says, I learn a lot here. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try to educate you guys as much as I can. I appreciate that comment. Yeah, I'm wondering why he denied you on the 8 milligrams of Subutex, Mikey. Did he tell you why? Hey, Kevin, looking swole and handsome as always, brother. Hope everyone is doing well. Thanks, Gonzo. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate that. He says, I'm doing all right, brother. Hanging in there. Looking for ways to deal with them, but this stream is one of those things. I'm grateful for your channel. I appreciate that, Gonzo. We're happy that you found us here, my friend. I've never heard of anyone getting denied for Subutex. Kimmy says, Kevin, the first panic attack in quite a while. That was the first one in quite a while. Anxiety is typical, but I don't have panic attacks often. It's just a fear of the med is all. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about, Kimmy. Okay, so thanks for saying that. So I almost had a panic attack when I switched to Sublocade, guys, because it was like, holy shit, he's putting this basically a marble of medication in me that I can't just control it. If something goes wrong, I can't just reach in there and pull it out, right? Like I can't stop taking the pill. If it's a pill, you can stop taking it and the effects go away. But with Sublocade, it's scary, guys, if you don't know what to expect. So I understand why many of you have anxiety about switching to Sublocade, because you don't know how you're going to feel. You don't know if it's going to be too strong You don't know if it's going to be really weak and you're going to go into withdrawal. You don't know if you're going to have some kind of weird allergic reaction to the shot, or your doctor hit a vein on the way in or some shit like that. So it's scary, guys. I understand that. And I can relate to you if you're having anxiety and fear about switching medications, especially to Sublocade, right? But just know that you're not alone. Everybody feels those anxieties when switching to Sublocade and also other medications like Kimmy's talking about. Medication is very rare, but a deadly side effect, and I'm nervous. So I can see why the anxiety with that, Kimmy. My stepsister is very judgmental towards my pain. I just want to be stable. She's tired of my problems. I was thinking of doing ketamine for my depression, but then I wonder if I'm really looking to get quote unquote high. Marky's negotiating a big deal. So I'm currently 15 minutes behind the comments, guys. We've got 20 people in here. Please smash the like button. We've only got 12 likes on this video, way below normal on the likes. So please, guys, please, if you haven't yet done, smash that baby. You would be my babies. We've gone on here for almost an hour now. Tara, they were actually indifferent. It's a controlled environment, so there's less chance of abusing the ketamine. I don't know. Sometimes I think my depression is actually laziness. Yeah, I mean, laziness can definitely contribute to feeling depressed for sure, guys. If you have like a big old list of things that need to get done and you're just sweeping it under the rug, then yeah, you can definitely start experiencing depression. I've definitely done that many times in my life. Brixadi is not covered by my work insurance also, so I'm out of options with the shots. And that's okay, Danny. Like I said, dude, you're on such a low dose. I wouldn't put yourself down or feel down because you can't get the shots. You've done the work to taper yourself down to such a low dose. You just got to be patient with yourself from here. You can do it, man. I promise you, you can do it. If you could taper down to a half a milligram, then you can taper yourself down lower. Like I said earlier, it just takes more time the lower you go. That's all it is time. Time and strictness, right? You got to be firm with your taper. And no matter what you do, if possible, don't let yourself start going back up in the dose, because that's when you start doing the cycle for many years, just like I have, right? That's 0.75 GMA. I don't know what you, oh, is he talking about Subutex? Sorry, I don't know what you mean on that one, Charles. Yes, good thinking there, Kimmy. Yeah, what about the Butrans patch? Danny, have you considered that? That might be an option for you. That's actually perfect, Kimmy. Thanks for saying that. Yes, you should consider the Butrans patch. If you have a doctor that's willing to give you Butrans for off-label usage, that's basically going to be you could think of it as a once a week Sublocade low dose shot, right? It's just a patch that you change out. It gives you the same effect that Sublocade does, a very low, a very slow releasing amount of but. So yes, Kimmy, thank you for bringing that up. I don't know why it doesn't pop in my head, and I know if KG was in here, she would have brought that up. So yeah, I think Danny. That's what I would probably consider for sure. I wouldn't even be looking at the shots or thinking about the shots. At the dose that you're at, the Butrans patch can work for people who are on low doses of oral but. So talk to your doctor about that. And you should be able to afford the Butrans patch. I think even without insurance, you can get the discount apps that have the coupon codes for $100 or $200 a month for the 4 patches, something like that. And then if you take the patch, that's going to help you rewire your brain to stop doing the oral addiction, right? Gonzo says, I got a good health plan PPO. I'm thinking of going Sublocade. My provider wants me a little longer on subs though. I mean, you technically really only need to be on Suboxone for 7 days before you switch to Sublocade. But I want to say, Gonzo, if I remember right, I think you said you're on like 16 milligrams. Isn't that right? Is there a reason they want you to stay on Suboxone longer? I had a comment recently from Dr. Ken Starr. As you guys may or may not know, he's like an addiction specialist. He gives out a lot of Sublocade shots. He says a lot of people, he's lost a lot of clients lately because they haven't been coming back for more shots. So I was actually going to make a video about that, but checking in to say hi. Hope everyone is well. Good to see you in here, Rock Girl Media. Marky Rizzo made it. What's up, Marky Rizzo? Good to see you, brother. Always be closing. I have an average medical insurance via being in a union for work, and subs are covered. Butrans, Sublocade, and Brixadi are not covered. So yeah, so I mean, Butrans is something that everybody should be able to probably afford as long as you're, working. Like I said a minute ago, it's like $100 or $200 a month to pay for even without insurance. So look into that. That's where I would probably look into if I was you, Danny. Definitely wouldn't be looking into Sublocade or Brixadi at a 1/2 milligram. They're looking at possibly helping with Butrans or Sublocade. Yeah, the Sublocade option is going to be way more expensive for your insurance. So yeah, Butrans would be the way to go. Josh says, hey everyone, I'm starting Sublocade shot tomorrow. I heard that 300 milligrams of Sublocade is good for people on 16 to 24 milligrams of Suboxone. I am on 4 milligrams daily for the past 6 months. Will 300 be too much? That's a hell of an awesome comment, Josh. I appreciate that comment. And let me touch on this comment for a minute, guys. Josh, let us know if you're still in here, my friend. This comment was 15 minutes ago. So I would say what you could expect if you're going from 4 milligrams a day of Suboxone to the 300 milligram shot is you will likely be over medicated for the first 2 or 3 days is what you could probably expect. And what I mean by that is it would be probably like you taking 16 to 20 milligrams of Suboxone. So whatever feelings you get if you were to do that right now, that's kind of what you could expect, Josh. For the first, like I said, 2, 3, 4 days. Usually within the first week, your body will adjust and you'll be on cruise control from there. But yes, if you're going from 4 milligrams a day to the 300 milligram shot, it's a bit overkill. People have gone lower. I had a buddy in my real life that went from 2 milligrams of Suboxone to the 300 milligram shot. And he said it was way, 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 way too strong, but he made it, right? So you probably wouldn't want to work for the first 2 or 3 days is my guess on that. You might have a headache. So be sure to drink a lot of water, especially for those first few days. You probably will be constipated quite a bit due to the higher doses of bup in your blood. So a couple things to watch out for. Your SEX drive will likely take a pretty big dip for that first week or two. So a few things to think about, Josh, and a few things to be heads up with. Ideally, in a perfect world, if you talk to your doctor about customizing your dose or going off-label with the dose, what that would look like is he would simply remove half of the 300 milligram shot, which would put you at about 150 milligrams, and that would be about perfect for the dose that you're on. And that's exactly what I did. I was on 4 milligrams of Suboxone. My doctor gave me half of the 300 milligram shot, and it was the perfect transition. So that's kind of some things to think about for you, Josh. Hopefully, if you have any more questions on that, let me know. Marky says, one more would be nice, Tara. I have over a month, so I'll get it. 12 total would be amazing. I learned a lot here. Josh says, thanks. Yeah, does that answer all the questions you might have had? Do you think your doctor will do that? Will he adjust the starting dose for you? Have you talked to him about that? I had a friend once who went from 4 milligrams of Suboxone to only the 100 milligram shot, and he felt like it was a little bit under what he needed, right? It's going to be kind of close, but kind of far for everybody. Everyone's going to be a little bit different with this stuff. But if it was me and I was doing what you're doing, Josh, I would probably want to be on maybe 150 to 200 milligrams for my first shot. But the 300 will work, but you will just be overly medicated for the first few days is what I would expect. But the positive to being over medicated, Josh, is the fact that that will definitely help you rewire your brain to get out of that I need to take something every day to feel normal, right? Because if you're over medicated, then you're definitely not going to want to put more in your body, and that's all you would be doing if you put more in your body, right? Was making the over medication feeling worse. So you can kind of look at it either way. You can see the pro and the con to overshooting it, and guys, that's why I always talk about the transition doses on this channel. If you guys are somebody who is considering going from Suboxone to Sublocade, make sure that you come back and let us know what your transition doses were and how that transition went. Was it too strong? Was it not strong enough? Those are critical information that we need to know on this channel. So that's why I always ask everybody that. So yeah. I know that sometimes I probably sound like a broken record for my normies that watch me every week. Oftentimes I say the same things, but we have a lot of new people finding the channel, right? And there's nobody else on YouTube that is talking about this kind of stuff. So you got to find the information here. or go to Reddit. There's a lot of good information about Sublocade on Reddit if you guys didn't know that. Mikey says, it's so good. It's so good that you do these streams. It's so informative and just great vibes, man. I appreciate that, Mikey. It looks like this is a different Mikey that's found the channel. Thank you for finding us, and we now have 2 Mikeys on the channel. I appreciate the comment, my friend. I almost went the methadone route, slowly because it's a full agonist, but the daily dosing sounds too much of a hassle. Yes, for me, that's too much, but I'm also somebody who has been out of active addiction for 7 or 8 years now, right? If I was somebody who just was out in that street life, then methadone might be the perfect thing that I need right now, right? So it's different for everybody, guys. You have to know, where you're at in your recovery. Did you just get off of street drugs? If you did, then methadone might be the perfect thing that you need, right? Methadone is kind of like the highest, how do I say this? The closest thing that you can get to street drugs, even though obviously they're way different. But in my opinion, methadone is like the first step down from fentanyl, and then it would be Suboxone and then Sublocade. So sometimes people need those step downs, right? You can transition from methadone to Suboxone, or you can transition from methadone to Suboxone to Sublocade, or you can just taper your way off of whatever you're on, right? Many different ways to skin a cat when it comes to talking about this stuff. There's not just one way to do this, and not everybody has to do everything the same way that everyone did. There's many different ways, as we're obviously all learning here together. Yeah, 225 milligrams. I'd never even heard of anybody taking that much, but yeah, she was on that dose. Made me wonder, like, I kind of wanted to see, like, I'm like, I wonder what she's like after this stuff kicks in. Like, is she like really medicated, or can I even tell? Like, I was really curious to see what she would look like in the next hour or two after taking that big dose. Hey everyone, I won't be on long. I'm really sick, and I hope y'all are well. We'll get feeling better, Casey. Thanks for chatting, stopping by here and saying hello. I appreciate that. Currently about 20 minutes behind in the comments, guys. I will get caught up to y'all, so just be patient with me. If you have a question or a comment, throw it in the comment section now. Don't be ghost listening up in here. No judge. This is what do they call it at Planet Fitness? This is the judgment-free zone. So if you're going through something or you're curious about something, this is the right place to talk about this stuff. Nate S. stopping by saying, "What's up, buddy? I hit the 1 year mark a couple weeks ago. Congratulations, Nate. Awesome to see, buddy. Looks like you changed your profile picture on here. Thanks for checking in with us, Nate. And congrats on the 1 week off Suboxone." So Mikey says, "I've had 3 Sublocade shots, 2 300s and 1 150. I'm starting a new job in another state and I wonder if that will hold me for a while." Yes, it will. I'm trying to get off of everything. So yes, yes, yes. If you've had those shots one after another, then you've got some time built up in your system, right? Due to the medications, you now have 3 shots in your system. So yeah, that'll buy you some time for sure. You likely have at least 6 months before you would be out of medication, probably closer to 12 months at that point, Mikey. So Gonzo says, "I'll take too much bupe than too little any day." And see, yeah, how long have you been off of street drugs, Gonzo? Because Gonzo has a lot of he has a lot of cravings. So he's somebody who wants to be on the safe side rather than the sorry side and relapsing and passing away, right? So Gonzo says, "I'm on 16 milligrams of Suboxone. I still feel like using. I heard of Sublocade really working well for cravings, but my provider wants me to wait a little more till I get the shot." I mean, to be 100% honest with you, I don't know if if Sublocade would do any better than 16 milligrams as far as well, I take that back. Maybe I think it would, because when you're on Suboxone, you know that you can stop taking it, and you know that you could go get drugs the next day or two, and they would hit you like they should, right? They would hit you really hard. But with Sublocade, you don't have that option to just pull Sublocade out of your stomach and then go take street drugs in a couple days, and you're feeling the effects that you normally would, right? Um, so yeah, I could see kind of either way. So it's just what I wanted to say about that. But as far as yeah, it's kind of a hard comment to touch on, because I could see it either way really. I personally don't feel high during ketamine treatment. It's a psychedelic experience, no doubt, but not intoxicating in my opinion. Tara, do you want to share with us the doses that you're taking and how often you're taking ketamine? That's a good comment, and y'all know that I love to hear the 1 to 10 scale of how you guys are feeling. I want to hear your average daily happiness levels on 1 to 10. I like to hear that. Rock Girl says, "You deserve a lot more subs. Thanks." I appreciate that, Rock Girl. Yeah, it's a slow roll around here for sure when you're talking about this stuff. There's not a lot of people that I find, um, at least now anyway. I'm sure in the future there will be a lot more people finding content like this and making content like this, but there's really not a lot of people that talk about this stuff on YouTube that I find anyway. So Mikey says, "I was on 8 to 10 milligrams of Suboxone, and switching definitely helped the cravings, in my opinion. Just getting out of the cycle of taking something every day, you know." Yeah, and that's kind of what that's what I was kind of talking about with the last comment that I was responding to, is taking the brain work out of it. You don't have the option anymore to just take the bupe out of your system because it's in your stomach now. I rotated myself a 6 day. I rated myself a 6 today. Before treatment, I was below 5 every day for weeks. So there has been a significant improvement, slow and steady improvement. Yeah, it really makes me happy to see that, Tara. I'm glad you're doing much better now. I'm not at the point of getting sick of taking my Suboxone because I was smoking those fake 30s all the time. About $1,000 a week habits. So yikes. Yeah. See, so somebody in that position, excuse me, guys, somebody in the position as Gonzo is talking about, it's definitely not time to get off Suboxone, right? Ooh, boy, throat getting dry. That's where I would usually mute you. Sorry about that, guys. What's up, Brandon's recovery? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Kai says, hey everyone, sorry I've been missing the streams. I've been real busy with work. It's all good, Kai. Thanks for stopping by. Or Kyle, I should say. I remember your name. So Gonzo says, I didn't ask why they want me on longer, but I've been on 16 milligrams for about 6 months now. But I also relapsed within those 6 months. Dr. Kenstar is about 4-hour drive from me. Gotcha. Yeah, so that makes perfect sense. I would ask them next time you go in, Gonzo, ask them why you think they want you to stay on it longer. I wasn't aware of the discounts with Butrans. I'll look into this. Yeah, so you want to download the GoodRx app. It's a free app. It gives you coupons for medications of all different types. And there is a generic of Butrans. So yeah, look into that. In some states, it's called something else. I don't remember what the name of it is. If anybody could say what that is, let me know. But yeah, oftentimes I've found that using the GoodRx app you can get cheaper medications than even if you have really good insurance sometimes. So it can save you guys a lot of money. And there's no price to pay for the GoodRx app. It's totally free. So Brandon says, I'm thinking about going back to my subs. So what is it making you want to do that, Brandon? I appreciate you mentioning that. Yeah, some people might want to choose back to going to taking Suboxone every day, and that's their call. That's one thing to think about, guys. If you're thinking about switching from Suboxone to Sublocade, if it doesn't work out for you for whatever reason, trust me, Suboxone will be there waiting for you on the other side if you choose to go back to that. That's totally up to you. I'm curious what your thought about why you think that you want to go back to subs, maybe, Brandon. Let me know, buddy. Hopefully you're doing all right. Yeah, he says, what brought that about? So he says he misses being on his Suboxone. So what is it that you miss about it, Brandon? You miss the feeling of the rush that you get when they kick in, or what is it exactly that you miss about being on subs? I appreciate you sharing with us, my friend. Yeah, some people might not enjoy the stability that Sublocade brings, guys. And I always try to tell you guys this, before switching to Sublocade, you need to be ready to feel normal because that's exactly how you'll feel. No more highs and no more lows. You're not going to feel your Sublocade kick in every day like you do with Suboxone. It's not, you don't get those effects from Sublocade. It's just a straight line and that's it. So Kai says, I'm almost 7 months now since my last shot and Bupe is still in my system. Yes. Yeah. And Mikey had only 2 100 milligram shots and I think he had Bupe in his system for 6 months. So yeah, guys, this stuff stays in your system for a long time. Josh says, that's great info. I'm worried about control. It's been 25 years. So you're worried about control of what specifically, Josh? It's been 25 years of being on Suboxone, or what do you mean? Or 25 years since you've been in the opiate addiction lifestyle? That's understandable. When I get stuck in a tunnel, it's hard to see the light, but bit by bit, I always end up coming out of the dark. It's so worth the journey. I was messed up, even 16 milligrams. Geez, I can wonder what it was like on that much. Oh, so Josh says taking pills for 25 years. Tara says, I miss weed. I asked my NP about it and she said no. She shut that shit down. So I understand that, Kai. Kai says, I feel like I can't fully put Sublocade behind me and not worry about it until it's completely out of my system. And that's almost why I kind of suggest that you guys don't do the P tests, because I bet Kai has this feeling like, when's the monster going to come out of the closet, right? Like, when's the boogeyman going to come out from under the bed, because he keeps checking his P test to see if he's fully out of Buplet yet, right? So I almost kind of suggest people not to do a P test because you can build a lot of anxiety around that rather than just kind of moving on with your life, right? But I get it. Some people want to know exactly when the time is. Good to see you, Slow Mo. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. So she says, I take ketamine 1 time a week. First session was 75 milligrams for the first injection and half that for the second. Not sure what my second injection doses were. I had 3 injections though. I'll ask my nurse practitioner about the dose. Yeah, let us know, Tara. I appreciate that. We're at 15 likes, guys. Please smash the like. Let's get that puppy over 20 real quick if we could do so. Please smash the like. I appreciate y'all if you haven't done so. I'm on 6 on most days. So 6 milligrams Suboxone. Is that what you're saying, Rock? Oh wow, Gonzo says, Kevin, I relapsed a couple of weeks. I'm still in early recovery. The Sublocade shot seems good for me because it takes the option away from me, just skipping my dose so I can use and feel high. Yes, so yes, that goes exactly with what I was saying earlier. It takes the option of stopping taking your Suboxone and going and relapsing the next day. It takes that option off the table, right? Does that mean that you can't still relapse while you're on Sublocade? No, it doesn't mean that at all. But what it does mean is that your little devil on your shoulder is going to leave you alone, hopefully, much more than it would if you had the option of just stop taking your Suboxone, right? And then going out and having a weekend or whatever, or longer in most cases. Gotta get back to work. Have a blessed night. All right, Slow Mo, thanks for checking in, brother. Have a good night at work. All right, I'm almost caught up with y'all on the live stream. I'm almost caught up to y'all. So Gonzo says, I feel quote unquote normal on 16 milligrams. Hell, I don't feel anything on 24 milligrams, but I was a heavy user. Not proud of it at all. I effing hate it, actually. Yeah, that's good that you feel normal on 16 milligrams, man. That's really good. Yeah, some people they say that they don't feel the spike kick in of their Suboxone dose, and that's, in my opinion, that's a good thing, right? To feel normal in your recovery should be the goal, not to feel this huge rush of medication kicking in every time you take it, right? Kai, you'll probably wake up one day and not even realize you no longer think about the Sublocade and move on in a good way. Kai says, I hope so, man. Yeah, dude, I would just try to not think about it, Kai, and not try to put so much stock into the negative P test, because even in many cases, if you have a negative P test, you probably still have a little bit in you, right? So I wouldn't really put too much stock into that and think about that all the time. Just try to move on. You know, if things are going well for you, then be thankful. But either way, Kai, if it's been that long, trust me, your levels are really low. There's no way that you've still got what do they call it, therapeutic levels of bupe in your system at this point. The math doesn't add up for that to be true at this point. Kimmy says, I'm about to head home. I miss my cats, but still anxious. If you're still on when I get home, I'll be back. All right, Kimmy, drive safe, girl. Hopefully the anxiety leaves you alone. Damn it. Drive safe. Yes. Yeah, I got caught up. I got caught up in the comments. Woo, woo, that rarely happens, guys, so this is nice. I'm trying to think if there are any other things that I was wanting to talk to you guys about. Gonzo says, relapsing on Fent is so stupid too on Suboxone. Yes, yes it is. You either wait till the bupe is out so you can get high, but then you have to deal with the precipitated withdrawal when you start on Suboxone again. Yes, I remember that was a big deal for Luke. He was having a lot of issues, guys. If you're flip-flopping back and forth, see, when I was flip-flopping back and forth with Suboxone and real Oxy 30s, it wasn't that big of a deal, right? It was still a pain in the butt, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like I never had to deal with precipitated withdrawal and having to wait all this extra time. And these days with the fentanyl and the long-acting drugs that are out there, some people, it takes a month for them to transition properly back onto Suboxone and feel normal again. So, like I said, I've seen Luke talk about that a lot on his channel, how he was really struggling getting back on Suboxone after taking whatever the drugs he was taking. He didn't even really know what it was. So that's really scary, right? So use that as more reason not to go out there and relapse, because you know it's going to be a pain in the ass to get steadied back out on Suboxone. Like if you're doing good on Suboxone and things are going well for you in your recent recovery and your recent off the street life, then be thankful for that normalcy that you have, right? I'm scared to wake up one day and have withdrawal. So you're still letting the little devil push you around, it sounds like, Kai, right? I get it though, brother. I get it. A lot of people worry about the same thing. I'm the same way with my dogs. Kimmy, drive safe. There was a call at work, so I'm gonna be heading to work. Oh, you get the late night shift over there. It's getting kind of late over there, right? 6:30? She got that late night work shift. Who's all up in here, guys? Please say hello. Please say hello. We've gone for an hour and a half. If we don't have a lot of conversation, we can just wrap things up a little bit early tonight. That's all right. I just don't want to be on here dragging stuff out if there's not any conversation. So if you guys are in here, ghost listening, say hello, guys. Say hello, or we can just shut things down early if that's okay too. Oh, tomorrow. Okay, gotcha. Have to work all day tomorrow. See, Gonzo says, honestly, I wonder if Luke was going through post-acute withdrawal the whole time. I did the macrodose method this last time, and I don't want to go through the post-withdrawal again. But what Luke talked about, I totally related to. Yeah, it could be possible. You know, I know with him, a lot of the times there were like a few different things going on. So it's in a way, it's kind of hard to tell exactly what's going on with him at certain times, right? Because he had life issues and relationship issues that he were trying to juggle. And then he was taking, as he said, a white chunk, which he did, you don't even really know what the heck that is, right? Like, could have been meth, could have been fentanyl, could have been a mixture of all of it. And then trying to flip flop back and forth to Suboxone when you have post withdrawal kicking in, and like you don't know what the hell's going on. There's just too many equations, especially with today's street drugs where nobody really knows what the heck is in this stuff, right? And so it can be scary and frustrating and annoying all at the same time, and risky, right? He was having heart problems, probably because all the different drugs that were going in and out or coming off of different drugs. Like, it can be really scary and really challenging to kind of balance this all out. And that's why I think that if you guys are doing good on Suboxone and you're recently out of a relapse, then why mess that up, right? Tara says, yo, I'm here. Gonzo says, the way he felt, I felt the same way when I was actively using and taking microdose of Suboxone. I just said F it and did the macrodose and plan on staying long term without relapsing. Gonzo says, sounds like Luke was taking full on Fent. The white chunk is how it's shipped from China before it's processed. Wow, dude, I didn't know that. Yeah, I always wondered why people would say it's something different. Like the girl I had in my Uber the other day, she was saying it's the fake blue 30s, right? And FMD says it's capsules with white powder in them. And then like Luke was saying, it's a white chunk. It's like how the hell does anybody know what the hell's what, right? And that's scary to take something that you get from somebody knowing the death rate that's out there these days in 2023 and just having no idea what you're even taking. Like, what? That sounds so scary, guys. Like, imagine like what I was talking about and what Kimmy was talking about, how it's scary to even switch medications from your doctor, right? Like what Kimmy was talking about. She's having anxiety about starting a new medication from her doctor. Same thing with me. I was having anxiety about switching to Sublocade, which was an injection given by my doctor. Now imagine meeting some dude in a back alleyway that you don't even know who this dude is. You probably never see him again, and you're buying a white chunk of drugs from him. Imagine how scary that would be. Holy shit, no way. I am too paranoid for all that. There's no way I could do that. Absolutely no way. I would have a panic attack just looking at something like that. A white chunk? What? Hell no. That's freaking scary, man. Kimmy says that's scary. Yeah, that's really freaking scary. Imagine how much anxiety we would have, Kimmy, if we were in that position to take something like that. Knocking on wood that hopefully nobody has to go through that. Gonzo says in LA, they have capsules, the quote unquote, the white chunk, but I was stuck on the blue M30s. All are evil and awful. Yep. I mean, if I had to guess, I would think that most people out there would be, it would be the blue M30s, right? The fake ones. And that reminds me, I have recorded a video. I need to put that out. I made this video like 6 months ago, showing people how to identify if you're taking the fake blue 30s or the real ones, right? There's a great chance that if you're out there in 2023 and you're taking a blue M30, I would almost guarantee you that it's fentanyl and it's not the real Roxy 30s that used to be out on the streets. You can easily do a Google search and it will show you how to clearly identify the difference. It's very easy to see for somebody like me who was on the real Oxy 30s back in the day. It's very easy to see. The print is very different if you know what you're looking for. Yes, they both are blue and they both say M30. But you can tell that it's not the real thing. And I just feel bad that there's a lot of people out there in 2023 that are taking these M30s thinking that they're just Oxy or Roxy 30s, right? And it's like, no, that's fentanyl. Unless you see it coming from a prescription bottle and you know the doctor or you know who it is that's getting them from the doctor, almost probably a 90% chance that that's fake. That's scary. Terry, you're sweet, just love you. Too sweet, no way. Just trying to scroll back and see if there's any other comments that I missed. It was getting kind of busy in here for a while, but it slowed down quite a bit. So just trying to make sure I didn't skip over anything here. Yeah, Gonzo, let us know what your doctor says when you ask them next time. Ask them why they want to wait. Gonzo says, when you're in active addiction, you'll go down a scary, nastiest alley just for a pill. I couldn't judge any addict because if it wasn't for Suboxone, I'd go to that same alley myself. Yep. Scrolling. Keep these doggies scrolling. Brandon, are you still in here? Let me know if you are. I'm just curious as to what it is that he says he misses about his Suboxone. I want to know what his response to that is. Tara, that just reminded me remember when we were on Timmy Ward's channel and I was asking people how to do the @ I was like, how the hell do people do that? I still don't think I can figure that out yet. Keep these doggies rolling. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. An hour and 40 minutes. It's pretty dead in here now. It was busy earlier, but we're going to wrap it up early because there's no other questions to respond to. So we going to shut it down up in here. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, Kimmy B, for the sponsor bomb today. I appreciate the love, girl. We'll see you all soon. Oh, we got one more comment here. Let's see. Jordan says, what do you guys use for bowel movements? I don't feel backed up or bloated. I just only have to go once every 2 or 3 days on just under 1 milligram strip. So a lot of people use, I think it's called Miralax. But if you're going only once every 2 or 3 days, that's not enough. You definitely need to take something to where you're using the bathroom at least every other day, bare minimum. Ideally, you can use the bath as long as you're eating food, right? If you're eating food, if you're putting food in, then food needs to be coming out. But to be going only every 2 or 3 days, I wouldn't recommend doing that on a long-term basis. I would take something, make sure you're drinking at least a half a gallon of water a day. If you need to take fiber supplements or eat more fibrous foods, fruits, vegetables, or supplements, or whatever it is. But yeah, I definitely would not want to go 2 to 3 days before I could use the bathroom like that. And when you taper your dose even lower, it should get better the lower your dose, right? But yeah, if you're eating 2 or 3 plus meals a day, then food needs to be coming out. It's definitely not healthy to go 2 or 3 days on a normal basis between bowel movements, in my opinion. And no, I'm not a doctor. But yeah, I would definitely start taking something. You can take a stool softener at night before bed, and that should help you be able to go in the morning time. So yeah. Kim's gonna go live when we're done. She don't want to be alone. I have tried suppositories. Yes, there was one time when I was on. I can't remember if it was when I was on high doses of Suboxone or high doses of Oxy. I think it was Oxy at the time. But there was a time when I didn't go to the bathroom for about a full week, and I'm a freaking, a gym guy. I have to eat lots of food, so I have all this food going in, but nothing coming out. And so you can imagine that I was extremely scared. Why am I not able to go to the bathroom? Because people's guts will blow. They can blow up, and you can die from that, right? So your guts can get their guts can get weak over time if they're constantly being filled up to the max. And that actually happens to a lot of people who are on opiates. A lot of people that happens to, and they what do they call it? Going septic or something like that, to where you have a rupture in your guts and you've got dirty stuff going where it shouldn't be going. So yeah, I have taken a suppository and it cleared me out real good, but definitely something that you would not want to do if you had to go anywhere later that day, because you will be using the bathroom a lot. And you will clear yourself out real good. Okay, guys, I love y'all. We'll see you on the next Wednesday live stream. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe. And it sounds like Kimmy's going to go live right now. So if you want, go hop on her channel. And we'll see y'all soon. Bye, guys.